Uh, Aryana, can you just take us through what you went through? Give us an account of the ordeal.
Well, I was in Afghanistan for the past 8 months, and then all of a sudden, when things changed and the Taliban came to Kabul and they took over, I was left with no choice but to leave Afghanistan, and we left in a very very uh, you know difficult manner. It was a very challenging for me and for my fiance, because I have been besides the fact that I'm a singer, I've also been a very outspoken women's rights activist in Afghanistan. And especially for me, it was difficult because by the time we wanted to leave, there was like Taliban checkpoints all over the place. And we were very scared to be caught alive. And the major challenge was, the journey from home to the airport. That's where the problem was. And then, but fortunately, we made it to the airport and we were evacuated by the American Army airplane, a C-17. There was my fiance and I with a few other 100 people who were all like American passport holders, and we were, I guess, the lucky ones.
What did you see around you when you reached airport? We saw some terrible scenes. A lot of Afghan children, old people were all there. Can you give us a blow-by-blow account? And can you just tell us, did you face any Taliban during the checkpoints?
It was absolute chaos, just as you see the videos. That's what I actually experienced physically when I was there. So basically, my flight was on the 15th of August. Actually, I was booked on a commercial flight, but unfortunately, that's the day when Taliban took over Kabul. So my flight was like at 8 p.m. and then we made our way to the airport, and Taliban were not there until then. So we get to the airport and the airport's like filled up with like thousands and thousands of people. Everybody's trying to get out. As you said, small children, like they're piled on top of each other and everything. But still, there was no Taliban, and we were hoping that we will be checked in and we will leave by 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, within a span of a few hours, by the time it was like 5, 6 in the evening, we heard gunshots. And while we are inside the airport, we heard gunshots, and then suddenly the entire uh, airport staff, including the security, they all left, and they left people just like that. So people were all scared, and they started rushing inside the airplanes, and the airplanes was like filled with thousands of people. As a result of which, even the pilots ran away, and the plane couldn't take off. So then we had no choice but to plan to come out of the airport, because we were hearing news that Taliban, they are close and they're going to walk inside the airport any minute. And for me, I couldn't stay there anymore, obviously, because I was thinking, if they come inside the airport, they're obviously going to check our identities and they're going to find out who I am. So this is like around 9 or 10 o'clock at night that they decided to come out of the airport again. So unfortunately, there's only one road that can take you outside the airport, and we had to walk through that road to get outside. And while we walking out, hundreds of more people are walking inside, and they're just terrified and scared, and they're just running with their small kids in their hands and stuff like that. So at the end of this road, this is where I actually was bumped into a few Taliban, and they were actually shooting. They were like shooting in the air because they were trying to like scatter people around. All these people who were trying to like get inside, they didn't want them to let them get inside, and they were just shooting around. And I just, we're just walking, and I see a bunch of them, and I look. I even saw a senior Talib who was standing in the middle with his hands behind him, and he was just really like scanning people, because amongst us on that airplane that we were supposed to take off, there was a few official, government people, a few very important people on that flight as well. And so this is why they were checking to see if they can find them, amongst the crowd. And then fortunately, I was covered in a hijab and I was covering my face as well, and you could only see my eyes. And luckily, they did not recognize me amongst the people. And then somehow we just got out of there. And then the next day, we attempted for the airport again.
As you said that you are the pop singer there and also a woman right activist, you have come a long way. You have done
Yes.
so well in your life. How do you see your future now? And what do you see the future of Afghan women now?
Well, for me, I feel grateful that I'm out of the country right now, but then my heart is going out for those millions of people who are left behind in Afghanistan, especially the women of Afghanistan, and what they went through the Taliban regime 20 years ago was just crucial. It was just unbelievable, and now we are back to the same point where we were 20 years ago, and it's unbelievable. I really am really worried, really concerned for all those women who are going to be stuck inside their houses once again, and they're not going to be given their basic rights, which is just as mere as like going out, on the road. They cannot even do that. They have to have a male, person with them, and they cannot go to school and study and stuff like that. So I feel really bad for them. The future, I cannot say anything right now, but this for sure, I know that if Afghanistan is really going to be left in the hands of Taliban, there is no future for Afghan women. There is no way, because what we have experienced with them, they don't have a good history with us, and we don't trust them anymore. Though I am getting to see a few clips from Taliban saying that they have changed, that they will let women go to school and go to work and stuff like that. I believe that they're only doing that to be recognized by the world. And once they're recognized, I believe that they will go back to their initial, identity and who they are. And I don't trust them at all. And I hope that what these words that they're saying right now, I hope that the world will hold them accountable for what they are saying. That they will let women do whatever. I hope that they will ask them for accountability in the future.
So what is your appeal to the world, to the Western world especially, and to the liberal society, democratic society? What should they do now for supporting
Well,
Afghanistan?
I'm really disappointed to begin with. I'm very disappointed that they left Afghanistan alone, just like that. And Taliban, took over the entire Afghanistan within a span of few days. It's unbelievable to me. I mean, look at all these superpower countries who went to Afghanistan. Initially, they went there and they said, we're going there. Our reason for going there is for us to get rid of Al Qaeda and get rid of Taliban. And then after being there for 20 years and spending millions and millions of dollars, and all those the lives of all those soldiers that were lost there, suddenly they decided to leave Afghanistan and come out. And this is something so shocking to me. And now my hope is for the international community to not forget about Afghanistan and to not forget about the Afghan nation, because it's not their fault. They're living in misery right now, and millions of people in Afghanistan, including children and women, they don't deserve what they're going through right now. And I hope that they can sit down and they can find a solution to bring peace in Afghanistan.